Greetings from the Hannover Fair. We're very excited to be here presenting our AssetWise Operational Analytics MindApp on the Mindsphere stand here at Hannover Fair. So as you can see, it's very busy here. Siemens has an absolutely enormous site, enormous stand presenting so many other things, and we're a core part of it. We've got our operational analytics MindApp on these desks here, as well as over in the Mindsphere center over there, as well as another representation. So we've got a lot going on here, and if you permit me, I'll just quickly take you through the essence of what we're showing here. So if we just zoom in a little bit here on what we're showing here is an operational analytics MindApp taking the brownfield context of a facility that Siemens has. So this is a Siemens facility that's called PA World. It's their process automation world. And that's shown throughout the Hannover Fair. There's a number of different demonstrations of that. And we decided to take a brownfield angle on that because we know when companies are coming to do digital twin and to be able to start to build up these things, 95% of the assets are out there, don't have engineering models associated with them. That's where the big opportunity is, and we think we're presenting a really nice, unique set of capabilities that enhance what Bentley's doing and enhance what Siemens can do as well. So let's have a look at what we have here. What we're showing here then is, imagine that this was actually an older asset. It was a brownfield site, and there was no engineering context relating to it. So we started then by doing a context capture of this facility. The context capture model we're then able to bring into our MindApp in our operational analytics environment, and we're able to investigate and interrogate that model here on our web browser. So we're able to look, we're able to zoom in on different assets in there. There's some clicking on pump 1. Clicking on pump 2, it zooms to the asset, brings up relevant analytics. Clicking on the separator, and so on. And so in that way, we're able to start to investigate around. And we can also do it via the pane here directly. So we can click and be able to click on some of these assets here. And again, so we have multiple ways in which we can start to investigate what's there on the model. Now, if I go back to that management view again, the scenario we're presenting here is to say, well, imagine I'm a manager logging in remote operations on this brownfield facility, and I want to understand what's going on. I don't really know what's there. I look in, I see, I get a nice representation. I also get some of these key performance indicators, which we've configured directly in our analytics environment. And we can see, for example, the pump 1 here is showing in red alarm state. So there's a problem with pump 1. We can click on pump 1. It brings up the analytics for that. Highlights, zooms to where it is. And we can see that the total energy consumption for the pump is very high. And yet the production is low, the flow rate is low. So that's an indicator that something's going wrong here. Again, so we're able to click on our maintenance tab for the pump here. And let's have a look. We can see the time series data, the IIoT data from Mindsphere being brought in, showing the historical values of the flow rate and so on. We can also then see here we're surfacing the APM data, the reliability strategy data, to say, well, the indicator that pump is showing is an indicator that it could be that bearings are worn, it could be that the impeller blade, there's a problem, it could be that it's fouled. So we can start to get a really good idea from that information that would otherwise be locked into other APM systems, is now surfaced in this environment and can be an additional benefit to being able to help maintenance crews identify that. So that's one scenario we're showing. The second scenario we're showing is to say, well, again, if I go back to my management tab, we can see that the separator is also in an amber alert state. So I'm going to look at the production chemistry here and understand what's going on. Why is that showing in an amber alert state? So here we click on our production analytics tab, and we're presented with our data-driven P&ID from Comos here. We can see that we're surfacing some alarms. This is the separator tank in alarm state there. And we can see some production data here, things like, and what we're seeing there is that the coalescing rate is actually diminishing over time. So one of the issues there that is flagging is that that coalescing rate is deteriorating too quickly. Again, we think there may be a problem, there may be a blockage, there may be some maintenance required. So again, a couple of different ways in which we're bringing together and converging the IoT data from Mindsphere with the engineering technology data, with the asset performance management data, all in a user configurable analytics environment. And also then, I think showing a brownfield example is having a lot of interest here, because people who are coming here, they're understanding we've got a lot of sites, we've got a lot of assets. Where do we start with the digital twin? This is a really great starting point, and we're having a lot of fun here at the show. So that's a little bit of news from me, and thank you very much for watching.